Okay, so welcome to Pilates with the use of the wall, part 2. So part 1 was not necessarily easier, and this is not necessarily harder, it's just different exercises. After last week I just found, we've got more exercises to do. There might even be a part 3. So we're going to start with rolling down the wall again. In part 1 we did it normally with the feet hip width apart. Now we're going to do it with our feet together. So, feet together, bending the knees until you're flatly imprinted into your wall. Now I've got a slight problem because I've got my microphone pack. That's better. Okay, so squeezing the legs together, zip up and hollow, make yourself as flat as possible. Breathe in sideways, exhale, drop your chin and rolling down, one vertebra at a time. Remember to let in the arms relax and the head relax, and as you go down you can obviously see what your feet and knees are doing alignment wise, which is not so crucial because you've got your legs together, and I think most people are slightly knock-kneed, so that would be quite easy. I'm the other way around, I'm bow-legged, so my legs always want to come apart, so really have to glue them together. Zip up hollow and roll back up. And same thing again, one more time. Remember, when you've got the really non-responsive part of your spine, you're going to bend your knees more and you're going to zip up and hollow more. Squeezing the legs together. You can squeeze the legs together anyway because it engages your inner thighs more, and if your inner thighs are more engaged, voila, it also engages your core more. Coming up nice and tall. Okay, so you can either do a few more like that, or we're going to do them one-legged. Okay, so you can either just raise a heel, or put the foot on top of the other one, or bring the leg a little bit higher, but you still want to have that feeling of if you're squeezing your legs together. So good luck. So you probably automatically extend on your stable leg, because the body does that. So head down and rolling away. Oh, much harder. You will really tuck under. You obviously won't be able to go as far down because your leg is in the way. Back up. That takes a lot of control. So I can feel here the imbalance in my foot. My feet always want to roll to the outside. You might be the other way around, but I can really feel how it wants to drift. Changing legs, zip up hollow, take your options, either just heel off, foot in front of foot, or leg a little bit higher. And try the other side. Again, keep squeezing the legs together. Oh yeah, this side is definitely much harder. I feel like I'm actually slithering off the wall. Observe what the feet are doing. Okay, good, so that's one version of doing this. The other version is, another one-legged version, you put one leg behind you on the wall. So it could be quite low, could be a little bit higher, could be just toes. And again, having the feeling of pushing the legs together. And roll down. Again, observing what your foot is doing. You've got clear view, so I've got to uncrunch my toes. You might find that your knee goes really wobbly. Very good. And then just one more time on the other side. Oh, my leg doesn't even want to be stood on here. How bizarre. I really have to do a huge shift. There we go. Squeeze, stay in the middle. Lengthen your waist equally both sides. The silence of concentration. Very good. Okay, triceps. So last week we did an ordinary triceps press up. You increase the intensity depending how close or far away you are from the wall. The main thing is that you're gonna bend this elbow down towards the floor, not out. So we did shoulder width. Today you're gonna have them closer together. So I've got my thumbs together, sort of making a V shape, the whatever. Okay. And then stay reasonably close to the wall, tuck under, and then allow your elbows to bend down. So my elbows pointing right down, there we go, and push into your hands to come back up. Also really engages your core, which is great. You might get a calf stretch. If you can't feel your triceps, then you probably need to have your feet further away, which will also make it harder on the core, and your heels need to come off. Oh, yes, much harder. So we're going to go for 10. 2, pushing the shoulders down as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's do the last 2 nice and slow when we come back up. So 9, and take your time, push. 2, 3, 4, and 10. Push. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I'm seeing a little bit is hinging in the hip. You really want to be like a plank, yeah? Because then we're not really engaging the core. We still get the triceps a little bit, but it's better to have core stability as well. Excellento. Then we're gonna do, okay, feet back together, further away from the wall. Squeeze the legs together again. Lengthen, we're just gonna hinge forward. Relax the arms down, and we're gonna stay in our narrow hamstring stretch. Let the head relax and breathe. So here you can bend one knee and then straighten the other one. Ooh, that's really getting it. Again, have a look to see what your legs are doing. My knees are sort of bow-legging out again. Yours might be coming in. So let's see whether we can track them right forward. So kneecaps should be shooting forward rather than saying hello to the side or crossing over. If you imagine you've got eyes on your kneecaps, they're looking straight forward. Okay, now we're going to polish the wall. So you're going to bend your knees and let your bum slide down. Again, knees together, and then zip up and hollow and straighten. Alright, and keep polishing. Sliding down and zip up, hollow to straighten. So your hands might not necessarily be on the floor. They can hang, or you can put them on your shins, whatever makes sense for you. Okay, so we're going to have a little add on here. Bring your hands somewhere where it makes sense, shins, hips. We've got to come to flat back. So really lengthen out. Pull your tummy in as much as you can, and then lengthen down and bend and straighten. And flat back, long, 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 long. Imagine somebody's pulling you by the ears. And then lengthen down and polish the wall. Let's do that twice more. And lengthen to flat back. You could bring your arms to the side, neck in line, lengthen, relaxing down, polish the wall. And last one. You could bring your arms all the way forward so you're in tabletop. That really engages the core. Lengthen more. Down. Polish the wall. And then take one more breath in. And on your exhalation, bring your forehead as close to your shins as you can. And relax and roll back up. Excellent. Okay, let's do a calf stretch. So last week we had this one, which we all know. There's another one which we can do. So you're going to have your foot flexed up against the wall. That's difficult here because the wall actually gives way. There's a good point here. So there. And then you just got to have the other foot somewhere behind you and push yourself as close to the wall as you can. So my back foot is up. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but for me that works. Also my mat is slithering, so I'm just going to move that away a little bit. Okay, again, look at your ankle. Make sure we're not rolling in or out. It's good for the toes as well. And this gets sort of more the bottom of the calf, going more into your Achilles rather than the actual calf, I find. Especially if you invert and evert your foot. Remember, we're rolling towards the inside of the foot, rolling towards the outside of the foot, or another way of thinking is bring the weight more towards the big toe, bring the weight more towards the little toe. You can see how that changes where it stretches. Okay, let's swap to the other foot. That might feel very different. Mine certainly do. This stretches in a totally different place on the other side. Might do your big toe, little toe. Yeah, it's interesting when you shift your foot, how the actual whole leg shifts around with it. I can see my kneecap moving around. So again, if I had an imaginary eye on my kneecap, it would be going like from a U-boat, the thing that comes up there.
Yeah, what do they call that? The conning tower.
Okay, yes.
How do they keep the machine gun dry?
I don't know. Okay. So that's the calves. Okay, and what's next on the list? Oh, hip flexors. Okay, nice. So we're going to go into a lunge. So probably the toe almost touching the wall. We're just going to tuck under, curl the toes under. You don't need to touch the wall for this one. We're just tuning into our hip flexors. Staying nice and upright. Now that's the easy bit. Then we're going to lengthen the body, hinge forward, hands on the wall, and extend the back leg. Yeah, but don't come up. So don't go, oh, I've got to come all the way up to here. So you just think about straightening the back leg. You can bring your head further forward, but we want to stay low. Okay? And then we're going to rock forwards and backwards. So I'm looking at that back foot. So the front knee comes closer to the mirror, wall, and then pushing back with the other heel. So the toes are curled under, otherwise it doesn't work very well. So we're doing hip flexors and foot mobility. So my leg is still quite relaxed. You could do this with a totally straight back knee, which will bring it to a different level. Okay, let's put the leg back down safely and swap legs over. So big toe almost towards the wall. Staying upright first. Curl the toes under. I'm just going to push and tuck under so you're feeling that hip stretcher. Really locating it. That's it, nice. Then hands forward, lean forward. Stay low, but straighten the back leg a little bit more. It might be that you have to do some minor adjustments, getting the leg further backwards. And then we rock forwards and backwards. So knee kisses wall, and then the other heel pushes backwards. And again, this is one of the ones where you can really feel the imbalances in the body. One side will be much harder to do than the other. And then for the other option, we're really fully straightening the leg. Okay, and relax back down. That's quite intense, isn't it? So, as gracefully as possible, come back to standing. Okay, then we've got, single triceps into side bend. So you're going to have your arm to the side, straightish. Not totally to the side, remember peripheral vision. Okay, and then the elbow goes right down towards the floor, so you're going to bend and push. Now if you're not feeling this in your triceps, you've got to step further away so you're more at an angle. Yep, that makes very much a difference, so that was too far for me. So we're going to combine this with a side bend, so we're going to push into the triceps and then into a side bend. There we go. Let's do 10, so we've done one already. 2, push the hip out to the side as well. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. Ooh. And 7. And 8. That'll get rid of the bigger wings every day. 2 more. 9. And 10. Now this is the moment where you're thankful you're only doing this on the wall, not on the floor. Okay, other arm. Ready, steady, go. 1. Oh, it's much easier. This is my right arm. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. Oh, definitely kicking in my number 6. And 7. And 8. Last 2. 9. Very last one. 10. Very good. Whew. I've got loads more exercises on there. Let's just do a quad stretch to finish. This is an easy one. I've got a harder one against the wall, so just nice and easy. Just grab the foot, tuck under. So yeah, main priority with quad stretch is posture. So we're all slightly arched, so tucking under as much as you can, and then bring the leg towards the midline. And standing nice and tall. You can do that sideways to the wall as well. Yeah, so most legs will be out here. Tuck under, closing the legs. And then depending on your knee, you can work on also then bringing the heel to touch the bum. If you've got bad knees, you don't want to do that. You just want to float the leg a little bit further backwards. And then you can try and balance. Other side. So I'm going to try and go wall free. So tucking under. Bring the leg to the midline. Don't fall over. You could also try and grab the foot with both hands. It's a bit like a straight jacket, isn't it? And release. Okay, well done. That was precisely 20 minutes. So I think there's room for another 20 minutes for part 3 with the wall for next week. Then you switch the cameras off.